not dependent with the color, the gender.
We must avoid all this confrontation,
The fact that we're all humans is what unites us.
But I think you start to think of yourself more as a person from the planet.
The task of the media is to help society find a common language and communicate.
I think friendship and being nice to each other can unite everyone.
I want to live in a society where the people are very conscious, so they make conscious decisions.
Work for the sake of society, for the sake of love, for the sake of connection.
I see that all people want two things: love and respect.
A compassionate society, a society that understands that your needs are, validated.
What unites us is being in relationship with each other.
It's about humanizing the human society.
Everybody has to be informed in a proper way.
Let's support each other. Let's help each other, no matter what another person may have.
In the creative society, human life will be of highest value, and the best human qualities will prevail.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our today's conversation about the creative society on the ALLATRA TV UK channel. My name is Anna, my today's co-host is Ella, and our esteemed guest today is Lord Zia Choudhury. And let me just tell you a couple of words about Lord Zia. He is also a Baron of Breifne. He is Global Goodwill Ambassador, World Peace Ambassador of the UK. He is also a CEO of Autodrive Logistics Limited, former CEO of Miss Bollywood of UK, and founder and CEO of Exclusively Bollywood. Welcome again to the program, Lord Zia, and thank you so much for accepting our invitation.
Thank you very much for having me today.
Today's program is going to be about stability, security, and prosperity. How do we envision a society of a new creative format where humans are a fundamental unit of society, where human being is the heart of every process in the society, where every person can feel happy, safe, be inspired, and be prosperous? Let's find out together about such a future and what steps we can take already today to build it together. And now Ella will tell you a bit more about the Creative Society project, how it came to life, and why is it so important for the whole society, for the whole humanity today.
Thank you, Anna, and hello, everyone. The Creative Society project has been launched on a platform of International Public Movement, ALLATRA. The goal of this project is to build a creative society by peaceful means. You may find out more information about our project on allatraunites.com that you can see right now on your screen, our website. At the moment, we're conducting the interviews around the whole world with the people from different professional fields and with different people, and to find out how they envision the creative society. And right now we are building this creative society, and right now we're on the first stage of building the creative society. It's formational stage. The logic is simple here. The more people will find out about our project, then faster it will be implemented. During our conversation today, we are going to use a rule of 6 handshakes. This is a theory that all people in all world are connected through 5 or less social connections. And on the end of our program, as a tradition, we're going to ask Lord Zia to nominate somebody who is going to be in our next live broadcast. So welcome to our program, Lord Zia, again. And could you please tell us a little bit more about yourself? What kind of work you are doing right now?
Okay, once again, thank you for having me on this program today, and hello to everyone. So yes, I'm currently Global Goodwill Ambassador and also the World Peace Ambassador for the UK, as well as running my own company as a CEO of Autodrive Logistics. My main function currently is I'm trying to do everything I can to unite humanity, to see how we can do that, to see what steps we can take. In every one of us, there's a special something which we can share with everyone. there should be love, compassion, respect throughout humanity. And I think looking at the way the world is right now, we seem to be losing that. So we need to do something to get all that back in again. The Creative Society, from what I've read about you guys and what you're doing a fantastic job, and you're doing exactly that. You're providing this wonderful platform for people to unite together, to try and get everyone's voice in as one, to have one humanity. And that's what should be our main function here. We should be living as one. We're all humans. We have the same color blood running in our veins. So we need to try and stop all of this violence and segregation and the separation that we've got. It doesn't matter what color, faith, religion you are, what society you come from. We're all humans, you know, to start with. We're born as humans. So let's have that value going forward. And although I'm not saying exactly what I do and, you know, what I'm doing, and it's about the values, you know, it's about what values we can put into each other and kind of respect we take from that to be one and be united.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your inspirational words, and continuing the topic you started. When we were looking through your Facebook profile, there was one phrase that really caught my attention. I'd like to read it out loud for our viewers. It says, "To live, to enjoy, to love, and keep the peace is the only definition of life I know." It's a really wonderful phrase, and I'd like to ask you, how did you come to such a life philosophy? What inspired you? What influenced you?
Okay, thank you. You know what? We look for inspiration every day, you know, throughout life, in person, in people, and what's around us. But the biggest inspiration, and this is what I feel and what I believe in, is yourself. You inspire yourself, and you should inspire yourself every single day. You should be getting up and thinking what you can do to feel great today and to help someone else at the same time as well. When you love yourself, you get the extra confidence, you inspire yourself. There's nothing else you need. We don't need to look anywhere else to inspire, you know, one another. It's just within yourself. And when I wrote that little quote, it just came to mind, and I just thought to myself, no, you know, this makes sense, and that's why I wrote that little quote. And on a daily basis, you know, we see that around the world. There are a lot of people out there, and I see them, I see what they're doing, and I feel to myself, yes, you know, there's an inspirational person there, and we should take the message from them. Yes, we should. And we should follow, but at the same time, it's all in here, you know, it's within yourself. If you can find that inner peace and that inner person that's calling out and saying, you know, I want to do something, I want to help humanity, I want to help others, then everything else just falls into place.
Thank you so much, Lord Zia. We know that you are Global Goodwill Ambassador, World Peace Ambassador for the UK. Could you please tell us a little bit about this title and how you received this? And in general, just what does peace means for you?
Okay. Well, the thing is, I do a lot of stuff which I don't really go out and talk about. You know, a lot of us are very conservative people. We do things, but we don't want to go and air our, you know, views about it and tell everyone else what we're doing. And at times you come across, you know, certain individuals who look at what you're doing and they think, wow, you know, you're doing such great work, or you're doing something that's enormous and, you know, it's helping humanity and everything, that it needs recognition. For me, it doesn't need recognition, because I'm doing it from the bottom of my heart, because it makes me feel happy, and I want to help, you know, humanity. But it's those individuals that nominate you and then, you know, put you on a pedestal and then nominate you to, you know, get these titles. Title's a title at the end of the day. So yes, of all the stuff that I've done in the past and I'm still currently doing, hence why I've got these titles, because I've been recognized for doing these. But for me, it is just a title, although they sound very big, but I'm just a human just like you and everyone else out there. I'm not nobody special, and I'm not doing anything special apart from following my heart and trying to help humanity.
That's so beautiful. Thank you so much. We prepare a little surprise for you. So could you please show our viewers our collage? If you could please, our technical support, put this on screen. Thank you. Yes, you have some pictures here, and some of them are very interesting. Could you please make some comments on them? Tell us where you are, with who you are there, and what you're doing.
Okay, sure. Let me just try and get onto that screen. Okay, yeah. So these photos, obviously, about me and my life. Some of them are based in Bangladesh. When I visit Bangladesh and I go to the school that me and my family look after, and we've been supporting. It was my father who started a school in Bangladesh back in 2000. And his vision was about educating the unfortunate children who cannot, where the parents cannot afford education for them. So we started the school up. We finance it 100%. The children go there and they get educated. We've had some great success stories, because the idea was to educate these children who can go on to become something, make something of their lives, you know, get some great jobs to help their family and friends and relatives. And that's exactly what some of these children are doing. And it's great to see the successes, you know, they're coming out with. And this is what I mean about giving back to society. So as a philanthropist, that's what I do. And some of those pictures are from there with my mom and my uncle, as you can see. And obviously some of the other photos you can see, couple, you know, with my children. And also we got some Bollywood film stars there, because I used to have the exclusive Bollywood was a model management and a talent agency through which I got involved into Bollywood films. And I've done a bit of acting, and I met a lot of celebrities, producers and directors, so they became my friends. So some of those photos are from that time many years ago.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. It was so interesting to hear this. And now that you've mentioned that, yeah, you managed the school, you had the school. So we understand that you know a lot about education and can really comment on that. Could you please tell us, how do you envision what kind of education, what it will be like in the creative society? What things maybe you would change in the way things are done now, and how you would change them? And what is the perfect educational system in your opinion is?
Well, you know what? I don't think there's anything perfect about anything that we do. You know, we don't live in a perfect world, and anything that we do can never be perfect. You know, we're always looking to upgrade things. We're always looking to increase our knowledge. So through education, we're always increasing our knowledge. So just because you go through school and university, you have a PhD, or, you know, you become a doctor or whatever, doesn't mean that, you know, you're perfect and you've gone through all the stages of learning. Knowledge is infinite. You know, every day we're learning something new. You know, every day my eyes are open to new ideas, new ways, speak to people and think, wow, you know, they're great. So for me, education is important, because at a very young age, you know, when we're children, everything that we learn, we absorb very much, and it stays in our mind. And with that education, the repetition of education and going through life, we go through education because we want to learn, we want to be knowledgeable, we want to choose a career path. So it's very important. And what I'm currently trying to do is set up a school curriculum which will teach about humanity, just like the foundations of the creative society. It's to teach the children that from a young age, which will instill it, and they will learn about that, which then they will carry on forward going through their life. If we can have that curriculum within the schools around the globe, what that will do is that will change the mindset of every individual coming out of education, understanding what love, compassion, respect, and what being a human is, and respecting each other. And I think if we can do that, the mindset changes. It means that we're going to have some new world leaders, you know, in different fields, who will work together to unite humanity rather than keep a segregation of, you know, country, religion, race. None of that should come into any of this. First and foremost, we're humans, and that's the way we should be educated, and we should have respect for each other. So that's the way I'm seeing education should really go. If we can do that, then I think we have a very good common goal, and it will change the face of the earth. We will have a better society where we can live. We can abolish all of the, you know, violence and everything that goes on, all the bad things that happen around the world, by having people coming out and becoming good leaders. Yeah, definitely.
Thank you very much. And yes, you mentioned all about children, and this is questions for you about the parents as well. So on what should be relationship based between parents and children? Could you please tell us what parents can be as example for their children? What in your vision should be based on?
Wow, that's a great question. Being a parent, I mean, for me, you know, when my daughter was born, it was, you're never ready, you know, when you have a child, you know, you think, yes, you're going to have this, you know, this child that's going to be born, but when the child is born, it changes your life forever, your views, you know, everything that you thought of, your future, it just all changes in that one instant, the moment. I knew the first time I held my daughter when she was born, oh my God, you know, to me, it was just like, wow, I've got this life in my hand, you know, this is the product of me and a future mini me. So for me, that was like, you know, how do I first of all take care of this young person, this little baby, and what do I do to inspire this young baby growing up? So being a role model for your children is the most important thing, you know, and to be a role model, it means you have to be a good person, because you want to have the right type of upbringing for your child and in the right environment. Once you can do that and you get that in your head that, you know, this is the parent you want to be and you want your child to look up to you and respect you, I think that's the most important thing about being a parent. Role model is definitely the key.
Thank you very much. And yes, and it's just fantastic. And you're so right. It all starts with our little ones, and we have to be examples for them as well. So, Lord dear, how do you envision a creative society, such a society where everyone will believe in happiness, prosperity, and everyone will feel safe? Please tell us this version of our future, how you see our future.
I see our future as being united as one. Some of the points I read about the foundations of the creative society is exactly what I envisage society to be. So it's humanity as one, with one type of monetary system, with living equality, you know, among us, where, you know, we shouldn't have any third world countries, you know, there shouldn't be people living on the streets, everyone should have a roof over their head, everyone should be fed. So, and there should be no segregation. It doesn't matter what faith, religion you believe in, doesn't matter what race and color you are, we should be living as one, as united and respecting each other. So I respect, you know, whatever you do, whatever faith and religion you're from, I will respect all of that, like I, you know, do and I've always done. So, you know, I'm quite happy to go into a church, into a gurdwara, into a temple, into a mosque, exactly the same way as just, you know, making friends and going out there and not seeing a division. So a world without division and segregation, I think that's the way I see it, and that's the way it should be. It's the same with the world governments. You know, the governments need to work together. If we see a country where it's doing well and the models that the government use there are working well, that should be replicated. Other governments around the world should be copying exactly that, understanding how they're making their country work. And we should be doing the same for the better of not just the country, but the whole globe and the world itself.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Everything you said about your life, about your values, it resonates so much with what the project of Creative Society is about, and all these values are reflected in the 8 foundations of the Creative Society. And now I would just like to tell our viewers a bit more about it, about the 8 foundations, but first let's watch a short video about them. And now just telling a couple of words about how do these foundations come to life and why are they exactly as they are? Well, first of all, the reason for that were lots and lots of hundreds of thousands of interviews that volunteers of ALLATRA International Public Movement have conducted with people from all over the world. And they were asking all of them one and the same question. How do they envision a society where everyone would be happy, where they and their loved ones, their friends would be happy, where there would be harmony and peace? And when we were on the stage of conducting these interviews and collecting the information, we thought that we will get as many answers as there were respondents. But we were really surprised that actually it turned out that all people want the same things. So all these answers reflected the basic values that each human being, it turns out, has. And we're all very similar in this way. We're all very alike in this way, that we actually want the same things. And exactly these things are reflected in the 8 foundations of the Creative Society. Our viewers can read more about them on the official website, allatraunites.com. There is an article there about the 8 foundations of the Creative Society and stages on how we can achieve it. And Lord Zia today mentioned that, you know, being a role model is the only way to inspire. You know, it's not about recognition, it's not about somebody's opinion and being good or whatever it is. It is about being the best version of yourself and inspiring others for action. And I think this is exactly what we are trying to achieve with the Creative Society project, because actually every person wants the same thing. We all want love and happiness and friendship and to live in peace. But some of us, we have these thoughts that, nah, it's impossible, it's too hard to build, the world is this way already, we cannot change anything, and all kind of stuff like this. And it just takes someone to start, you know, to start doing, to start making some actions, to start showing others that no, it is possible, and showing others that actually there are so many other people that want the same thing. Again, being a role model for others, being an inspiration for others, so that we can all together unite as one. And I would like to ask Lord Zia, what do you think about these 8 foundations? I know you're familiar with them. How important do you think to implement them in our society? Maybe there is a foundation that you prefer to comment on in more detail.
Yeah, those foundations are exactly what the society needs. And every single one of those foundations, you know, the 8 points that you've got there are very, very important as one another. I wouldn't want to comment on any one particular, because I think all 8 of them are just great and they all share the same platform. And the society needs to be just like what the Creative Society have done with those foundations. What needs to be done, I think those foundations need to be taken to the level of the schools and education. You're already doing it through your media streams anyway, by talking to people and letting them know exactly what you're about. But if we can bring that to the schools as well, colleges and universities, I think that will go a long way, and that will definitely change the mindsets of individuals to carry the foundations of the Creative Society to make one humanity and one world, basically.
Thank you very much. Yes, and Lord Zia, thank you for all your opinions and suggestions, and your job is remarkable and today is really valued. And so yes, we all should take responsibility for our lives and for lives of our community and neighbors, and hold us conscious and understand that it's nothing that separates us. We're all human beings and we're all one big human family. So we already mentioned that we are right now on the stage 1, the formational stage for building the Creative Society. So hence, in my next question for Lord Zia will be like, what do you think is the best way to inform people about the Creative Society? Because as fast as it will be, people know about this, as fast it will be implemented.
No, absolutely. And I think you've started doing a great job. Obviously, through the streaming, you're doing wonderful. But I think general advertising through word of mouth through schools and colleges and education, you know, people knowing what the Creative Society is all about. That's what's going to spread and get out there. You know, we watch TV day in, day out. I think if you guys, I know the Creative Society is a voluntary group, but if there's any way you can leverage any of the main TV channels to actually put your message out onto the main screens, then I think that will have a huge impact throughout the globe.
Thank you very much for your suggestions and opinion on that. We will look for it as well. And thank you so much for being with us today. And we come to the point when we're going to ask our guests to nominate somebody to the person you personally know. So, Lordia, please, could you nominate somebody, the person that we can have next live broadcast and have a chat about Creative Society and why you're choosing this person?
Sure. There is a couple of people that come to mind, but I think the most important person, and especially for you guys as well, because he shares exactly the same views and values as the Creative Society, would be from the Royal Court of Breifne, Prince Martin, the Prince of the Middle Kingdom of Ireland. I think he would be honored, and he would be an amazing guest to have on, because he'll have a lot to say. And when you listen to his views and values, you'll know it's exactly what the Creative Society is all about. So I will definitely nominate him. And I think you should definitely have a chat with him.
Thank you so much. He sounds wonderful, and it's really amazing. So we're looking forward to having interviews him as well. Thank you very much, Lordia.
Thank you. And it's always exciting to know that there are more people who are sharing our opinion. Again, it just brings this feeling that we're all united, already united. We just maybe not all of us know about it, but that's what we're doing. Informing everybody that we're the same, we're all human beings, we're all friends, and we all want the same things. And what's important, if we unite, we can build them together really fast and really easily. Thank you so much, Lordia, for your answers today and for being with us today. And for our viewers, I just like to remind one more time that if you want to read a bit more information about the Creative Society, and also if you want to join our project, if you want to help us, and if you want to participate in one of our live broadcasts, you can just visit our website, allatraunites.com, or send us a message to one of the contacts you see down below now in our live stream.
Thank you very much, Anna, as well. Thank you very much, Lordia. Before we let you go, we have another tradition to ask all our guests to wish something for humanity. So please, Lordia, give some advice or pass some message, some wish for all humanity and for all people who are watching us right now.
Yeah, I mean, my wish for everyone out there is to be respectful of one another, to love and show compassion. We're all humans, we live on Earth, and we're here to live together. So let's unite as one. So as the word and the saying goes, love thy neighbor. I think that's what we need to do. We need to love thy neighbor, definitely.
Thank you very much for the conversation, Lordia. And it was a really big pleasure and honor for us to have in this conversation today. And we wish you all the best and all luck with your work right now, which you're already doing is very fantastic. And we can build this beautiful world, the Creative Society, a beautiful world that humanity deserves, but we can do it only together, in joint efforts, in joint hands. And we can do it, and we can leave some beautiful world for next generations, and we will be proud of it. We'll be proud of what we leave for them. And thank you very much, everyone, for being with us today.
Thank you guys for having me as well.